Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and once again venturing over to Northern Monk, and we're having a look at an entry into their Old Flax Store project series, and this is OFS017, which is a double dry hopped IPA. I believe this is a rebrew, so I'm not sure if that's reflected in the sort of catalogue number or if this is what the number has always been. But I do like this concept, and some of the beers that they've done, especially with that international series, have sounded really good. But I've not made a Northern Monk order for ages, so when they did that collaboration with Seabrooks with the cheese and onion lager and the prawn cocktail goes, I thought, you know, I'll pick up a few Northern Monk beers because I've not had anything for ages from them, and they are one of my favourite breweries. So I like the look of this. I like the glassware that they've produced for this series as well. They make just really good beer fundamentally, and I like their sort of different series. I mean, the Patrons project is probably up there with one of my just favourite sort of like beer related projects in general. And I've just realised I don't have my watch on and I don't remember taking it off, so could have lost it on the way home, who knows. Anyway, so this is clocking in at, is that 6% ABV? It's a bit hard to read the writing. Yeah, 6% ABV, UK units 2.4, 440ml can. This is brewed with Incognito Sabro and Galaxy. Really nice sounding combination there, and obviously brewed and canned at the Old Flax Store, and yeah, nice looking stuff indeed. And I can't wait to make my first venture back to the Old Flax Store and to Leeds in general, to be honest. Although probably by the time I get a chance to go, we may be thrown into another lockdown because they just like to do that. Anyway, this isn't either going to go into either side of the whole pandemic debate because I just can't be arsed. I just want it over and done with. You believe what you want to believe. I can see both sides. I'm more leaning to the fact we need to do this, but I get it when people are like, oh, it's a pandemic and stuff like that. Even though I've just said that and I've done it in a voice that makes those people sound like simpletons. No, it's just called look back at history. Anyway, but we're not going to get into that debate. But I tell you what, we are going to get into. Can't wait to get my mouth around that rim. Beautiful looking beer. Peach compote. Almost like it's got a bit of yogurt in there. Very pale, turbid, chicken stock, whatever you want to call it. What's the difference? Like turbid, hazy and stuff. I don't fully understand the sort of differences. And I'm sorry if you get distracted by the nasty mark on my finger. Do you know what? I did that opening a cardboard box because I'm clearly not suitable for human existence. One thing is worth a nice white looking head. Looking very nice indeed. From the man who said he's bored of IPAs, double IPAs and pales. But, you know, you keep going back, don't you? Anyway. Looks good. Let's give it a sniff. Nearly drank it prematurely then. Oh, yeah. That smells good. Loads of tropical goodness in that. But not like just instantly going to the boring aromas of mango and papaya and that sort of stuff. It's got more of a slight melony. Who's Melanie? Slight melon-like aroma. I wouldn't be able to specify which sort of melon because, as you can see from my... why are you closing your eyes? As you can see from my complexion, I'm not exactly well versed in fruits and vegetables. But yeah, pineapple chunks, always say that, with the juice from the tin. Mixed fruit salad. It's a nice sweetness there. It just smells so good. And it's like a slight mint leaf aroma with a subtle citrus bite to it. Anyway, looks good, smells good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. Ooh. Because it's Sabro, I'm always wanting coconut. You do get it very subtly. If anything, a big flavour I'm getting from this is sort of like a mixture of passion fruit and a gooseberry. It's got a little bit of a funky tartness on the back end, which doesn't add a harsh element to it, but it just adds a little bit of a bite to it. Even like a nice sort of like acidic grapefruit sort of character. Medium mouthfeel. It's got a lovely softness to it. Yeah, there's like, I don't want to say puckering because it's not puckering, so I'm not going to say puckering, but there's a word that you'd probably describe. If you had like a spectrum of puckering and words that are similar, it would be about, let's say puckering is right at that side, and that side's just not puckering at all. It's sort of, I'm going to use my nose to gauge it. It's like, oh, 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 it's about there. So just off centre. Yeah, no, people actually choose to click on videos like this and watch them. I don't know. Well, it's quite clear that there's a wall right next to me. They don't know that. They think I've got friends when I'm talking like this. Anyway. The one complaint I have about this, and I know it's not really a complaint because I think Sabro is one of those hops that obviously I go to a lot of beers because they've got Sabro in, because when I get that full-on like coconut flavour, it's just to die for. But, and I suppose it's from every sort of hop, that same hop, obviously depending on where you've got it from, where it's grown, the whole terroir sort of thing, you are naturally going to get different characteristics from beer to beer and how that hop's utilised. And I've noticed that so much more with Sabro than any other hop. And I don't know if that fell out of my mouth and splashed on the floor, or it just slipped from the rim of the glass and fell on the floor. Hate my life. Anyway, I mean, it's nice, but... and I would drink it again. But it's not blowing me away. But then again, not every beer has to do that. Sometimes it's just nice to have a flavoursome, satisfying beer. And this is one of those. But I think I was building it up to be a lot better than it ended up being. I mean, you know, if you brewed that, you'd be happy with it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, loads of, quite a bit of citrus character coming through. Dare I say, a little bit of lime. In fact, like the aftertaste has got like that sort of, you know, and you've, and I've not done this for quite a while because I'm not a Satanist, but you know, when you've had tequila with the lime and the salt, I'm getting that sort of bite on the back end. I think this is one of those beers, and I'm going to stop this review now. This is one of those beers that I think with every sort of sip you take and every move you make, you're going to get something slightly different. Excuse me. I sort of like burped and inverted it at the same time. I'm a fucking pig. But yeah, it's one of those beers that I think you'd get a different sort of flavour each time you drink it. I think that says more about my inexperienced palate, even after like 1,000 and a few hundred reviews and plenty of beers drank in tap rooms and stuff like that, and off camera and things. I'll never be a Cicerone. I don't want to be a Cicerone, because you don't have to be a Cicerone to get a job in a brewery, in like the beer industry. You can be anyone. I would like to be a Cicerone though. I'd like to have that sort of title. And what's it called? Looks like I'm shaking, but I'm not. I'm trying to swizzle it round. What accolade? Or what's it called when you've got like a degree, or like you've got your national diploma? What is that called? Who fucking cares? It's all shit. It's all pointless. And I'm a really good actor, so yeah, it's a nice beer. But I've had much more flavoursome and interesting beers from Northern Monk. But that being said, it's still an absolutely banging IPA. And I would much recommend, like any beer that I review, give it a try for yourself. I do really need to buy more from Northern Monk, because I was buying them loads at one point. And I'm a fanboy of them, but I've hardly drank any of their beers recently, and it took a gimmicky collaboration with Seabrooks to actually make me pull my finger out and place an order, but I will be doing more. I was a bit disappointed that they didn't have any Heathen on the Webshop, because that's just chef's kiss with a reach around. What I'd do for a reach around right now. Anyway, we won't talk about that. Even I've started subscribing to people on OnlyFans. There, I said it. Anyway, if you have tried this beer, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. It's all an act, don't worry, although I am actually subscribed to a few people on OnlyFans. It makes sense, because I've spent pretty much all of my adolescence using websites like Pornhub, right? So it just makes sense to 1 month try this person, 1 month try that. You know, actually give back to some very hard-working people. And that was the last thing you expected me to talk about in a beer review, I suppose. Oh, fuck's sake. Go check out Northern Monk down below. Links will be in the description. I've got quite a few reviews on the channel. One of my favourite breweries. And yeah, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What have been some of your favourite entries into the Old Flax Store series? I was very gutted I missed out on the triple IPA version of Heathen as well. It's very, very much a sore point, because I love Heathen. It's such a good beer. And yeah, big love to Northern Monk, as always. Big love to you guys, and potentially a girl watching this, for watching my videos. And yeah, go check out the channel for more Northern Monk reviews. Look out for more Northern Monk reviews in the future. Their web shop's in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. There's no way I should have invested 14 minutes of my time or your time into this review. Please love me.